Welcome to the video that will help to take you from beginner to champion picker. The information in this video will help you learn how to pick and then to become a better picker and earn much more money. You will discover the techniques of the very best pickers, the champions. Before you go picking, there are some important things that you need to know. This section is relevant to all soft fruit picking. Farms can be dangerous places. Your farm has a health and safety policy which you need to read. Keep well clear of tractors and machinery. Never assume the driver has seen you. Some vehicles, such as forklift trucks, move fast in every direction. Whilst the main job is picking fruit, you may also have other non-picking work such as venting tunnels, planting, runner cutting and pruning. There is also work in the pack house for some. You will be given training before doing any job. Fields that are not being picked on any day may have been sprayed. Do not eat the fruit. When picking, wear loose, comfortable clothing. When working outside, bring a sun hat and cover up to prevent sunburn. It is important to drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. It is important to know how to lift correctly. Poor lifting technique causes many back injuries. Always bend your knees and lift with a straight back. Avoid twisting, and when placing down, do the same. Always wash and dry your hands before starting work and after eating, drinking, smoking or going to the toilet. Use antibacterial gel if provided. Long hair must be tied back to keep it out of the fruit. There is a strict no jewellery policy because jewellery can fall into the punnets. Please fill in the medical questionnaire carefully. It is essential that we know about any allergies such as bee stings and hay fever. You must report any illness before or during work to your supervisor. If you are suffering from foodborne illness or disease such as gastric upset or dysentery, you must get written clearance from a doctor before returning to work. Any injury during the day must be reported to the supervisor. Only blue plasters issued by the site's first aider can be used. Lost plasters must be reported. You must only smoke, eat or drink in the designated areas. Please help keep the fields clean and tidy and don't drop litter. Make sure there are only correct fruits in your punnets. Everything else must be kept out. These are examples of things that have been found and cause serious trouble for the farm and the picker. All pickers must read and sign the Field Staff Hygiene Requirements form, which is available in various languages. Quality must always come first. Whichever fruit you are picking, first learn how to pick correctly and get to know the quality requirements. These may vary depending on which customer the fruit is going to, so make sure to look and listen every time the supervisor explains. Spotted wing Drosophila, or SWD, is a serious problem on fruit farms. These tiny fruit flies can cause serious damage to a crop, and you must follow the rules exactly as explained to you by your supervisor. Any damaged or overripe fruit must be removed from the field and placed in the containers provided. When learning to pick faster, you must do so without reducing the quality of your picking. Ask yourself, would I be happy to buy this fruit? Make sure you do not put too much fruit in the trays, as they will be stacked. When fruit is squashed, all the fruit is damaged. Never handle fruit like this. When you arrive at the field, the supervisor will show you how to prepare your trays and how to pick. Look and listen carefully, as there is a lot to learn. Supervisors know a new picker will not remember everything first time. Just do your best and always ask if you do not understand. Whichever fruit you are picking, the whole fruit must have enough colour. Sometimes the fruit is coloured on one side and too white on the other. Always look before you pick, as this fruit must be left on the plant. Soft fruit is easily damaged. The picked fruit should be placed gently into the punnet. This is wrong. This is right. You will need to sort the fruit as you pick it. This normally means Class 1 quality fruit into the punnets and outgrade into a container. It may involve best quality Class 1, lower quality Class 2 and outgrade. All ripe fruit that is not good enough to go into the punnets must be picked and should be put into the outgrade container. Never leave or throw down diseased, damaged or outgrade fruit, as this attracts SWD and spreads disease. Your supervisor will guide you on what is right and wrong. Standards such as size and shape may change, so check with your supervisor each day. Always keep your tray close to you. Place the tray ahead of you so you are always working towards it. If it is too far away, you will be slower and may damage fruit. Move full punnets back to keep the distance short. It is important to pick all of the ripe fruit. You will need to move the leaves to find them. If you miss fruit, you will be sent back to pick the row again. The best pickers get it right first time, every time. When your trays are full, they need to be booked in. On some farms, runners will pick up your trays. On others, you take the trays in yourself. Your fruit will be checked, and if there is a problem, it will be rejected. Each tray you pick must have your barcode or picker number on it or in it. Whether your farm uses a computerized or manual system, the fruit you have brought in will be recorded so that you get paid correctly. If there is a problem with your fruit, the pack house will know who picked it. The pack house quality controller will communicate with the field supervisors. As soon as you consistently pick correctly, your supervisor will leave you to get on with it. In this next section, we will show the basics of how to pick fruit. Some fruits have specific techniques. However, all fruit has the same general points to follow. Strawberries are most often grown on tabletops, enabling pickers to stand upright. However, they can also be grown at ground level. When picking at ground level, you can pick standing up or bending over the fruit. You may also pick while squatting or kneeling on one or both knees. Raspberry and blackberry canes are grown in rows, supported by posts and wires. Some varieties have thorns and some are thornless. Blueberry bushes are grown in rows, often in pots, and usually supported by posts and wires. To pick a strawberry specifically, pinch the stem gently with your thumbnail against your forefinger and flick your wrist to snap the stem. If you squeeze too hard, it will not snap. There should always be a stalk of about 1 centimetre. This stalk is too long and will be rejected. To pick raspberries and blackberries, hold the fruit gently on the top of the berry and ease the fruit from the white plug. If the fruit is snatched, the plug will stay in the fruit. Both raspberries and blackberries should be completely one colour, like these shown, and not too dark. If fruit is too dark, it must go into outgrade. If the fruit is not ripe, it will not pull off the plug, and it will then be damaged. This is the correct way to pick blueberries. Hold both hands below the fruits and flick them off with your thumbs. Roll the fruits gently in your hands to remove brown flour remains. When you start picking, practice the correct technique for your fruit until you get it right, and ask if you need help. Depending on the size of fruit, you can pick several into each hand. Be careful not to put too many in and don't squeeze them. This will damage the fruit. These berries have disease or insect damage and should be put into outgrade. If you are not sure, ask. This method is wrong because it is slower. Be careful not to drop the fruit, as this attracts SWD and spreads disease. If you do drop fruit, please pick it up and put it into outgrade. Fruits with poor shape must not go into first class. First class fruit must be colour graded, so darker and lighter fruits go into different punnets. To keep going at a high pace for up to 8 hours, altering your posture as needed will reduce aches and pains. The rest of this video will show you how to develop from novice to champion picker. You may want to revisit this section when you have become familiar with how to pick on the farm. We studied the fastest picker on many farms to create this video, and these are the key techniques they use to become and maintain champion picker status. Champion pickers have a good search pattern. They work systematically, whether this be by each strawberry plant or smaller sections of raspberry plants from top to bottom. They do not move their hands at random or go back to pick missed fruit, as these are things that slow them down. You must develop a pattern to become efficient in not missing any fruit. They pick with both hands, not just their dominant hand. Start by picking with both hands, but slowly to get used to it, and then when you become comfortable enough, speed up. Do not pass fruit from one hand to the other. Learn to hold many fruits in both hands. Then place all fruit into punnets, making sure that you match colours of fruits and do not mix light and dark fruits. Champions move their trolley regularly with their hip, while still picking with their hands. Slower pickers push the trolley with their hands, which slows them down. What is your motivation for becoming a champion picker? Set this as your goal and keep it in the front of your mind each day on the farm. This will help when some days become tough due to hot weather. It will keep you motivated. Picking is hard work. It is physically tiring and can involve working in difficult conditions. Drink plenty of water, eat well, and make sure you get plenty of rest. Pickers become champions by observing other champions. Make a point of finding the champions on your farm, watch how they work, and copy their techniques. Champions set themselves a pace that they can maintain throughout the day. Other pickers may start too quickly and then slow down towards the end of the day. Champions keep going, and because of this earn more money. They stand out from the rest. These are the key points of this video to help you with your technique and then further develop from a novice to a champion. Pick the fruit correctly. Handle the fruit gently. Learn the differences between ripe and unripe fruit, first-class fruit and outgrade. Don't drop fruit, as this spreads disease. Keep the tray close to you. Set yourself a goal to aim for. Copy the best. Develop a good search pattern. Pick with both hands.